LeBron James strikes out again this offseason trying to get help over to come play with the Lakers. It looks like Kyrie is going to stay in Brooklyn and with John Wall parting way with the Houston Rockets as they reached a buyout agreement that will allow him to become an unrestricted free agent according to Yahoo Sports. Once he's hit the open market, he will not sign with the Lakers. Instead, he's going to the rival in LA, the Clippers. According to Woj, Wall, the former All-Star point guard, did not play last season, while the Rockets attempted to trade him when that proved impossible. The two sides pivoted into a buyout. As a result, Wall will sacrifice $6.5 million of the $47 million that was owed to him in order to join the Clippers per ESPN. Wall has played just 72 games over the past 4 seasons due to a combination of injuries and Houston's disinterest in using him. Their loss is the Clippers' gain. They spent years seeking a more traditional point guard to pair with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and now they've seemingly found one. At his best, Wall was among the NBA's best athletes and floor generals, and his passing should complement Leonard and George's scoring from the wing quite well. Wall could start at point guard in LA. The 31-year-old should be fresh after missing all of last season. He played all right the season prior, but that was merely relative to rock-bottom expectations. Injuries have derailed Wall's career. He's nowhere near the star he once was with the Washington Wizards. The Lakers, on the other hand, are not trading any first-round picks to unload Russell Westbrook. Houston is probably better off getting $6.5 million in savings rather than waiting until the February deadline for a viable trade that's unlikely ever to emerge. But once again, the Lakers and LeBron James strike out trying to land a guy who simply got a buyout from his team to get him to play with the Lakers. Despite his relative sparse past few seasons, Wall is still only 31 years old. If he is indeed healthy, he is still relatively close to when most players peak on their aging curve. Houston, still rebuilding, may not have been able to take advantage of that, but the Clippers can. Even in an adverse situation in Houston, when we last saw him in 2021, he was averaging 20 points and 6 assists per game. There's still a productive player in there somewhere. Now, Wall will have the chance to prove it on the LA Clippers side. Wall was also connected to the Miami Heat, as I previously mentioned, the Los Angeles Lakers, and his former team, the Washington Wizards. Those teams will have to look elsewhere for point guards, including LeBron James, likely with a little more respect paid to free agency officially beginning. LeBron James has either lost a step in recruiting or players simply do not want to join him in a disastrous team that was built for the Lakers. At the end of the day, James is doing everything he can to recruit guys to come over and play with him, but it seems no one wants to suit up for the purple and gold.